bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education is mainly of what we have unlearned. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. Your heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because you're a teacher. Teachers can change lives with just the right mix of chalk and challenges. Teaching is the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It is not what is poured into a student that counts, but what is planted. Teachers have 3 loves: love of learning, love of learners, and the love of bringing the first 2 loves together. The art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher for living well. A teacher affects eternity. He can never tell where his influence stops. I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the unkind. Yet, strange, I am ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, ignite the imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Change is the end result of all true learning. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists of what we have unlearned. Mainly,
Good evening, everybody. We will be starting the session shortly. We will just wait for a few more people to join in, and then we will start. All right. Good evening, everybody. I think we will start now. We shall not keep you all waiting. All right. Thank you again. Thank you all for registering and attending this 7-day national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and essential AI tools for teachers. This is organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell, IQAC, and the Department of Computer Science of St. Albert's College Autonomous, Ernakulam, in association with the Kerala State Higher Education Council, the KSHEC. We would like to welcome Dr. Rajan Kurukal, the Vice Chairman of KSHEC, Dr. Rajan Varghese, Member Secretary, the KSHEC, Reverend Dr. Anthony Thopil, Chairman, St. Albert's College Autonomous, Dr. Bijoy VM, Principal, St. Albert's College Autonomous, Professor Anil Ramachandran, Director, Research and Development Cells, Kannur University, who will be a resource person in one of the coming days. Dr. Suril Job KA, Adjunct Faculty, Marine College, Kuttikanam, Autonomous. He will be the resource person for today. Dr. Mendes Jacob, Director, PG Department of Computer Applications of Marine College. He will also be a resource person in one of the coming days. Dr. Suresh Nambudri, Director, SPR Technologies, Pune. He will also be a resource person in one of the coming days. Dr. Sajid TH, Dean of Academics. Dr. Jitin Benedict, Dean, Training and Development. Ms. Amruta N, HOD, Department of Computer Science. Dr. Krishna Kumar KS, IQAC, Coordinator. And we would also like to welcome all the FTP resource persons, managers, directors, principals, vice principals, representatives from management, HODs, IQAC coordinators, and all the faculty members. Now, a short description about this FTP. This is a 7-day program with live sessions from the timing of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We expect you to attend on all the 7 days. The fee for the LMS access and processing of certificate is rupees 500. All the participants who have paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recording for all the days, and the provision to download your FTP completion certificate. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of this FTP. If any of you are yet to make the payment, you can make the payment of rupees 500 to the account details I will put in the chat shortly. If you are unable to attend any of the live sessions, they will be available in the LMS. Okay. We have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp today will receive the LMS access later in the day or by tomorrow only. If you have faced any issue with the payment process, you can scan the QR code in the email and try making the payment again later today or by tomorrow. Okay, we will process that by tomorrow also. If you have any trouble in attending the WebEx online session, you can also join the YouTube session, the live session, with the link that I will give in the chat now. My name is Sujin Jacob Josh. I'm working as Global Relations Manager with IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator for this FTP. Now, few introductions. Now, let me give you an introduction about the KSHEC, the Kerala State Higher Education Council, the KSHEC. The Kerala State Higher Education Council is the principal higher education policy input provider and the trendsetter of the state of Kerala, and it strives to bring about equity and excellence in the higher education sector. The council is an apex level statutory body instituted under the Kerala State Higher Education Council Act 2007 and the Kerala State Higher Education Council Amendment Act 2018 of the state legislature of Kerala. Perceiving its democratic structure and participatory approach in making decisions, the council is often denominated as a mandated working collective of all the stakeholders of the higher education sector, including academics, administrators, and students. Now, about St. Albert's College Autonomous Ernakulam. St. Albert's College Autonomous is an institution with an exemplary history of 75 years of enlightenment, hard work, vision, and wisdom. The college was ISO 9001-2001 certified by TUV Rainland in 2007 and recertified every 3 years, the latest being 2019. In March 2016, the University Grants Commission granted autonomous status to the college. The college has also been selected under the FIST scheme of DST and Star College program of DBT and was ranked 44th among the top science college in India according to the WIG. St. Albert's College gained international acclaim in 2012 through its recognition as one among the 10 best colleges in the world promoting conservation research. The college, which stands proudly ranked 97th in India by NIRF, is also a member of the International Federation of Catholic Universities. St. Albert's College was nationally accredited with A grade with a CGPA of 3.20 out of 4 in the fourth cycle of NAC in 2023. St. Albert's College ensures effective curriculum delivery through a well-planned and documented process. St. Albert's College Autonomous works with a powerful vision to be the center of excellence through the process of self-evaluation and continued renewal of in all endeavors, namely learning, teaching, research, consultancy, and other related services, and an empowering mission to equip young people to meet the challenges of modern times, existing for students by providing a most friendly and growth-oriented ambience. Now, if it is possible for you all, could you please turn on your videos so that we can like to take a screenshot for the documentation purpose? Yes, if you could just turn on your videos. Yeah, thank you. Just keep it on for few seconds. We will just take a screenshot for our documentation purpose. If you have any issues with the audio, you can also join the YouTube link, which is posted there in the chat. You can use that for listening into this live session. All right, everybody, thank you for that. Yeah, you can switch off your videos now. We will proceed on to the our first session that we will have, that is the welcome speech. The welcome speech will be delivered by Dr. Bijoy VM, who is the principal of St. Albert's College Autonomous. Just a small introduction of Dr. Bijoy VM. Dr. Bijoy VM, the principal of St. Albert's College Autonomous, is a renowned expert in the field of fish nutrition. He holds a PhD from Cochin University of Science and Technology and was honored with the Teacher Fellowship TFS by UGC for his doctoral research under the FIP scheme. Dr. Bijoy has contributed significantly to academia, serving as the chairman for syllabus revision committees at Mahatma Gandhi University and Calicut University. He has been involved in various educational roles such as external examiner for PG practical exams at Calicut University and as a member of the past board at Kerala University of Fisheries and Ocean Studies, KUFOS. Dr. Bijoy is also an active participant in seminars, workshops, and refresher courses, having organized multiple events and received a consultancy project from Cochin International Airport Limited, CIAL, in 2018. His expertise is further acknowledged through his memberships in organizations like SOFTI and the Marine Biologists Association. Additionally, he serves as the secretary of the Board of Studies Treasurer of the department. Over to you, sir.
Good evening to all. Respected Dr. Rajan Varghese, Member Secretary, Kerala State Higher Education Council, and President of the Council. Respected Dr. Rajan Gurukul, Vice Chairman, Kerala State Higher Education Council. Respected Dr. Father Anthony Tobil, Chairman and Manager, St. Albert's College Autonomous. Respected resource persons, Dr. Sunil Job, Professor Anil Ramachandran, Dr. Mendes Jacob, Dr. Sunil Job, Dr. Suresh Nambudiri, and respected participants for the faculty development program. I am very happy to address you for the 7-day National Online Faculty Development Program on outcome-based education and essential artificial intelligence tools for teachers, organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and Department of Computer Science, St. Albert's College Autonomous, in association with Kerala State Higher Education Council. It is very happy to know that around 2,600 participants registered for the program. As you are aware, the academic sector is going to witness a drastic change by the introduction of the 4-year UG program. As you may be knowing that some universities are already introduced the 4-year UG program in the current academic year. And as far as Mahatma Gandhi University is concerned and the affiliating colleges are concerned, the 4-year UG program will be starting from the next academic year onwards. You may be knowing that the features of 4-year UG program is it is completely outcome-based, skill-based, research-oriented, and the students are getting maximum flexibility in their curriculum, and it is more career-oriented program. And all academic activities are assessed by this education system. As far as St. Albert's College Autonomous is concerned, a number of seminars and workshops are already carried out on outcome-based education. It is mainly for the awareness creation among the faculty members of our institution and as well as the other institution around in the Kerala state. And as far as the FIUGP programs are concerned, it is very, very essential. And it is the workshops and the seminars we are already conducted are very, very essential for the next upcoming FIUGP programs. Coming to my responsibility, respected Dr. Rajan Varghese, the Member Secretary, Kerala State Higher Education Council, and former Pro-Vice Chancellor, Mahatma University, Kottayam, conducted many seminars, discussions related to education. He has published many papers in reputed national and international journals. We are very fortunate to have him for this FDP program. And on behalf of St. Albert's College Autonomous and on behalf of all the participants here for the FDP program, I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Rajan Varghese to the program. Respected Dr. Rajan Gurukul, Vice Chairman, Kerala State Higher Education Council, and former Vice Chancellor, Mahatma University, Kottayam, is an eminent academician, famous writer, and he has published many papers in national and international reputed journals. We are very lucky to have him today for the function, and on behalf of St. Albert's College Autonomous and on behalf of all the participants here, we are all heartily welcome Dr. Rajan Gurukul to the program. Reverend Father Dr. Anthony Topil, the chairman and manager, St. Albert's College Autonomous, is the motivation and inspiration for all our programs that we are conducting in our college. His advices and guidances are always valuable to all of us. On behalf of St. Albert's College Autonomous and all the faculty members and all the participants, I welcome Reverend Father Dr. Anthony Topil to the program. Today we have got our resource persons, Dr. Sunil Job, Professor Anil Ramachandran, Dr. Mendes Jacob, Dr. Suresh Nambudiri. I extend sincere welcome to all our resource persons on behalf of St. Albert's College Autonomous and on behalf of all the participants for the program. I extend all-hearted welcome to all participants for the FDP program. With these humble words, let me conclude. Have a nice day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that welcome speech, Dr. Bijoy VM. Now we will have the address by Dr. Anthony Topil, who is the chairman of St. Albert's College Autonomous. A small description of Reverend Dr. Anthony Topil. Reverend Dr. Anthony Topil is a distinguished academician and revered leader, currently serving as the chairman and manager of St. Albert's College Autonomous. With a profound academic background, he holds a master's degree in English literature and completed his doctoral studies from St. Anselm, Rome. With an impressive 24 years of teaching experience, he has significantly contributed to the realm of education. Dr. Topil's scholarly pursuits are evident through his expertise body of work, including more than 20 published articles in both English and Malayalam. His expertise, dedication, and passion for education have made him a guiding force, shaping the educational landscape and inspiring countless students and educators alike. Dr. Topil's commitment to excellence and his valuable contributions continue to leave a lasting impact on the academic community. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for your nice introduction. Respected Professor Dr. Rajan Gurukul, Vice Chairman, Kerala State Higher Education Council, respected Professor Dr. Rajan Varghese, Member Secretary, the Kerala State Higher Education Council, dear respected resource persons, Dr. Mendes Jacob, Dr. Sunil Job, Dr. Suresh Nambudiri, respected Dr. Bijoy, Principal, St. Albert's Autonomous, dear respected Jidin, Dean, Training and Development, dear respected Deans, HODs, faculty members, a very good evening to all. I'm very happy to be here at this inaugural session of this 7-day national level online faculty development program on outcome-based education and essential AI tools for teachers. So first of all, I want to congratulate the organizing team, especially the initiative come from the Kerala State Higher Education Council and the officials, and also this is in collaboration with the internal quality assurance cell at KSHEC of St. Augustine Autonomous, and the Department of Computer Science, St. Augustine Autonomous, and also Dean Training and Development, St. Augustine Autonomous. So this topic is very relevant today, especially as we have heard from the principal address that we are going to introduce the 4-year UG program from the next academic year onwards. So every future higher education curriculum is based on this outcome-based education. And so many confusions are also found in this new area, especially with regard to program outcomes, PO, ESO, and CO. And according to some of the UGC documents from the industry onwards, with regard to PSO, there will be no place for this new curriculum revision. So in that way, so many confusions and so many clarities are also required. I hope that this online FDP will clarify so many questions and concerns regarding this outcome-based education. So it will be very useful for the faculty members, especially for arranging and redefining, revising the curriculum according to the outcome-based education. And also AI tools, especially in this era of this ChatGPT. So many concerns and confusions are also found in this area. So everything has to be clarified, and we have to give clear direction with regard to the usage of this innovative teaching methods, and also this ChatGPT for how far we can make use of these innovative teaching methods. So anyway, our entire effort is aimed at the overall development of the student community. So we have to be equipped to meet the challenges, especially with regard to the changing scenario in the field of this higher education. So we have to make use of all the resources to form the student community so that they may become well-equipped, well-advanced, well-enriched, well-educated, higher educated student community serving the society, the nation, and the globe at large. So once again, I congratulate the entire team of this organization committee headed by the Kerala State Higher Education Council, all the officials, and also the IQAC of St. Andrews Autonomous, and also from the department, the CHODI, Computer Science, and also the Dean Training and Development, and all the other deans and the HODs for having taken great pain to arrange this very effective, very relevant 7-day national level online faculty development program. So with these humble words, I officially declare this 7-day national level online faculty development program as inaugurated. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Anthony Thopil. Thank you for inaugurating this FDP. Now we will move on to the introduction of FDP that will be delivered by Dr. Sunil Job, who's the adjunct faculty of Marine College, Kutikana Autonomous. Dr. Sunil Job has 10+ years of experience in teaching, 10+ years in corporate consultancy. He holds a PhD in mathematical education and has been an associate professor at MG University College of Teacher Education from 1999. He has started his career as assistant professor at Carmela Rani College, Training College, Kollam. He has served as visiting team member of NCTE for grant of recognition and as a resource person for the Affiliation Renewal Committee of MG University. He is also an active blogger in cutting-edge technologies in IT, education, and data science. Dr. Job has published a few articles in national journals and authored a few academic books and a reference manual in mathematics. He has served as resource person for a number of faculty development programs in outcome-based education, data science, e-learning, etc. Currently, he is serving as the adjunct professor, Marine College, Kutikana Autonomous, Chief of Academics, IPSR Solutions Limited. Please note that he will also be taking a session on Bloom's taxonomy towards the end after the vote of thanks. Please make sure you all wait for that as well. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Sejin, for the wonderful introduction. I would like to know whether I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So, dignitaries from Kerala State Higher Education Council, the dignitaries from St. Albert's College, Ernakulam, the resource persons will be joining us throughout this section, as well as the participants who have been here to participate in this 7-day.
Sir, your audio has gone.
Audio's gone. Is it okay now?
It's clear, sir. It's clear from here.
For us, okay.
Yeah. So I think there is some network issue. Probably that is some network issue. Okay. So, actually, I was in the salutation phase. So a very good evening to all. So actually, I am very happy and honored to be a part of this faculty development program. You'll be thinking why much happy and honored, because I am one of the alumni of St. Albert's College. I've taken my post-graduation as well as my this graduation from St. Albert's College. It's in the beginning of 90s. So I'm very happy to be there with the program hosted by St. Albert's College and to participate as a resource person for 2 or 3 days in this faculty development program sections. And also, I would like to congratulate the organizing members for selecting this topic, because we know that this higher education, not higher education, when by the implementation of new education policy 2020, the entire educational system, right from this KG to the this post graduation as well as from the doctoral level, is under a drastic transformation. I would like to put it in the form of disruptions. So if you want to tide with the time and the change, definitely a lot of change has to be brought out in the way in which we have been working from so far. So this drastic change has to be accommodated into our teaching learning and environment in our all the activities which has been related to the teaching learning. So definitely we have to restructure the entire processes that we have been undergoing so far. So obviously this faculty development program will be giving you some light on how to integrate how to restructure the curriculum transactions in the lines of outcome-based education. And not only that, in few of the sections, we'll be focusing more on the curriculum pattern. Definitely, we know that this new educational policy 2020 has brought about a lot of autonomy, not only to the institutions but also to the students. The students are enjoying the autonomy through multiple entry and exit. They are going to 4-year degree programs where they can move after 1 year or 2 year or 3 year with the respective certificates, and the 4th year there will be a total change in the curriculum. That means there is a change to a research centered curriculum at the 4th year, and definitely a lot of changes in the curricular pattern in the way of majors and minors, and how to integrate it and how to integrate it into our OB stream. All these things have been a lot of ambiguities there. So definitely, I think this faculty development program on this outcome-based education in lines of the education 2020, and also the drastic disruptions has been happening by the integration of AI tools. So definitely AI tools, there is a little concern from not only from the teachers but from every quarter, from every work platforms, that whether these AI tools will be replacing these members. Definitely not. Definitely, these AI tools will bring about a lot of smart processes in our. If you're integrating AI in the real sense, we'll be able to reduce our workload by at least by 60%, because a lot of things could be tapped out from these AI platforms, and that could be effectively integrated into our teaching learning spaces. So this FTP program will take you through right from the very initial stages of outcome based education. It will take you through the architecture of outcome based education, and the most important part is regarding how we can make assessments in outcome based education. So in order to make assessment, how can we map any activities to the outcomes, how to frame outcomes? A lot of things is there which is going to happen in this faculty development program. And also there will be a lot of reflections on how this curriculum will be going to change, how we can that is reframe the curriculum with minors and majors, and what should be the essential credits, and a lot of things will be coming up in these sections. And obviously integrating this AI into our workspace, and how effectively we can manage all these things will be integrated with this FTP. Because and also my role today is today in the sense in this section is to give a small picture about how this faculty development program is going to progress. So as the moderator has informed you that the live sections will be from this 7 to 9 o'clock. These live sections will be normally will be taking you through the conceptual frameworks, and also some insights about these about outcome-based education, about the curriculum framework, as well as the AI tools. And the real life of this faculty development program will be how well you utilize the learning management system. I'll show you how it is being customized. So the learning management system, definitely those that will be available to those who have registered for that particular that is learning management system. So here for 7 days there are a lot of materials which has been showcased, and sometimes it may happen that you may due to some busy schedule you may not be able to take the section from 7 to 9. So there is no need for any concern, because that sections will be recorded sections will be available in the LMS. Not only that, recorded sections will be having a lot of videos related to these outcome based educations. Then the lot of answers regarding the frequently asked questions has been showcased there. And definitely there are a lot of space for collaborating, because now we know that more than 2,500 participants have registered for this faculty development program. That is a huge number. So the number of there will be the opinion from different quarters will be integrated into this faculty development program, and they can make a best use of it through these forums are there in this I mean this LMS. That is the teachers can post their queries, as well as we that these resource persons as well as the other peers will be visiting these LMS, and they will be answering from their own experiences. So there will be an ideal platform for collaboration. Definitely, we know that learning get enhanced through collaborations, and there are a lot of different types of resources which will be available in this LMS, as well as activities. So I will be just taking you through these LMS just to show you how these things has been showcased. And one more exciting thing that we have for this the FTP is that for those who have registered, that is for the LMS, they'll be having a complimentary gift in the sense they'll be having this question paper generating software, that is AI powered question paper generating. This software will be given to them free as a complimentary gift. I will also show that how it works. That will lessen our task and burden to a greater extent. That is, you can create question paper from the subject that you're handling in a finger, in a click of that is just by uploading your syllabus, and just click it, then the question paper will be ready there. I will show you both these things, and that will be given to you as a complimentary gift for the participant who has been registered for the LMS. So let me first show you let me first share the screen. Sorry, I have not shared the screen now. Is my screen okay? Jin? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Yeah, it is clear. So
Yeah,
this
screen
this
is
will be
visible.
the those who have registered for
Yeah.
LMS access as well as certificates,
Yes.
they will be
Yes.
having the login credentials will be given to them, and when they log in, you will be directed to this. This is the LMS. This is the LMS that will be getting access. That is here. The entire thing will be showcased from day one, day two, day three. Schedule will be shown there. So at the introductory part, you can see two forums are running here. So the forum for doubt clearance, any doubt regarding your this outcome-based education, or regarding the practices that, or regarding some areas that you have confusions while you are going through these learning management systems, you can post it here by clicking here. You can post your doubt here. You can add the discussion topic and you can post the doubt here. So that doubt will be cleared by both the resource persons as well as the participants who have been visiting here. They can read that doubt. So that is a space for collaborating. Also, there is another forum for posting the AI tools. Definitely, there are a number of AI tools that's been operational nowadays. So, because this is the most important advantage of this FTP is that this is giving you a good space for collaborating. So, whatever these AI tools that we are using, you can post it there, and the different faculties will be posting from their side, so that you will be having a very rich experiences on the different AI tools and how they could be utilized. So there are two good forums will be actively there, and from there you have got day one, day two, etc. So I've told you that if someone misses this 7 to 9 live sections, that will be posted here. The live videos will be available here. In apart from these videos, there are other videos which has been showcased here. And also the beautiful thing is that there are a number of tasks related to these faculty. Every day there will be one task which will be posted here in the LMS. That task will be very interesting. It will be in the form of an automated tool. You can utilize that. Every day through after the sections, we'll be detailing about what is the task related to that particular day, and that task could be downloaded from here. The first day's task you can download from here, that is regarding the question paper analysis, because after the formal sections I'll be triggering up this faculty development program by Bloom's taxonomy. So after completing that section, there will be a task related to Bloom's taxonomy. You can download it, you can answer that, and you can just upload it here. Likewise, day 2, day 3, etc. So in the day 2, we'll be discussing on the architecture of outcome-based education, and also we'll be giving you on details on how to write a outcome in the better way. That is, I'll be giving a formula. On the basis of formula, you'll be able to write how an outcome in the prescribed and the standardized pattern of writing an outcome. And there is a Padlet which has been available here. You can post these outcomes here. That is how to post it. That means you can just click it here. You can click if you are writing an outcome related to the science topic. You can click here. You can type it here. You can type it here, and then if you submit it, that will become over here. Uh, so uh, uh, Now you can just check out what are the outcomes, what the different participants who have participated before they have so you can get a rich experience on how to write that outcome from your point of view and from others point of view, so that you can have rich learning from here. So the Padlet will be available here. Day 3, mapping of every activities to the outcome. There is a lot of confusions when we go for for these offline sections as well as in online sections. There is a lot of confusions regarding mapping. There is a detailed sections on mapping, and the translator to mapping will be there. And also there is a section on how to calculate the outcome. And very beautiful thing is that there is a tool which has been available. That is a prototype, a CEO calculating tool will be available in this LMS, that you can get an access. You can just that is Dr. Mendes will be detailing about that tool. At this point of time, I'm not giving anything on that. Likewise, there is a this is a celebration of different experiences where you will get enriched about outcome-based education, while if you are utilizing these LMS in its right way. So definitely this will be a very rich experiences for those who are taking. I will say that the real life, the real hands-on activities and the real life of this outcome-based education is in this LMS. And obviously now we'll be thinking about what is I was been mentioning something about complementary things. Definitely there is one question paper generating software is will be given to the participants who have taken the access to the LMS. That is this is the interface of this question paper generating tool. So here you can generate question paper in any topic, whether it is mathematics, whether it is physics, whether it is chemistry, whether it is language, or whatever it may be. You can create the question paper according to your pattern by using this software in a click. I will just show one thing. So here by default there are a few templates: template 1, template 2, template 3, template 4. So these are 4 or 5 templates are there by default, and you can prepare your own template. There is a provision for preparing your own template. Suppose you want a section A 3 short answers, section B 5, so you can design your question paper pattern. You can create template, and there is readily available template here. This is template 1. Let me have a purview on template 1. This is the template 1. What is the template 1? Part 1. It is multiple choice question and options will be there. There are 5 multiple choice questions in the template. Part B, there are 5 questions, 3 marks questions are there. 5 questions, all these are short answers. So whether if you want short answer, whether if you want multiple choice, whether if you want these case study questions, or whatever type of questions, you can create it your own template. But this is default template is there. And part 3, oh yeah, this is 10 marks questions. That is, these questions are or type 14A or 14B, 15A, 15B. This is the template which has been available here. If you want to create a question paper with respect to this template, what you have to do is that you can click it here. So you have to give some initial entries there. That is that the template has been already selected, template 1. Okay, and you can give an internal examination. You can just give an internal examination. Okay. Just 2023. Then name of the college you can give. This is a question paper I'm going to generate it for the college. Then institutions. I am just going to give the name of that institution as Marine College, Kutikanam. And name of the program. It is a bridge course. And the code PM 2 or something like that, and the name of the course statistics. Okay, so this is what I'm going to give. So there is a provision to enter what level of learning, what because the next section will be discussing on Bloom's taxonomy. You can select, okay, understanding and application level question should be there. The question should be of the medium level, and syllabus. So you can enter the syllabus. I will show. I have just taken the syllabus here. This is the bridge course, and the syllabus is that I am just going to take the module 4 and module 5. These are the statistics area. One is basic statistics and the other is probability. Copy. And I am just going to paste it here. So what I've taken, I've just copied the syllabus and I am asking to this AI tool to generate. Difficulty level is medium. Okay. Now I am asking this to generate it. So now it will be generating the questions from the syllabus that I have given here basic statistics as well as probability in the form of the template which has been available here. See the question paper is generated. So what is the first question? Which measure of central tendency is affected by extreme value? And also you are getting the answer also. So the beauty is that you can generate questions as well as answer. You can generate questions as well as answer, isn't it? The question, isn't it? How easy is this? If it is statistics, if you give a topic from chemistry, it will prepare questions or type questions is there. See, so this is the beauty of this. So this is you are getting free. This is the question paper. This is the question paper which you have generated. This is the purview of the question paper. If you want to download it, you can download it here. This is the purview of the question paper. Part A. See, 5 multiple choice questions. If you have given it fill in the blanks, you would have got fill in the blanks. Part 2 and part 3, isn't it? So this is, and if you want to see the answers alone, okay, this is the question, this is the answer, this is the question, this is the answer. So this is the answer key also will be available there. So this is what you are going to get for free as a complimentary gift for those who are have got the access, and only those who have got the access for LMS will be getting the certificates. But you can anybody can participate from 7 to 9 sections. But I think if you have interest in OBA for the real time implementation, better you can have an access to the LMS as well as you can get this this AI. This is AI generated. If you just instead of giving the syllabus, if you are taking preparing a question paper from a Shakespearean play Macbeth, okay, you just give just Macbeth instead of that syllabus. The question paper will be created from Macbeth because this is AI. So this is something very interesting. So this is what you will be going to get it for free. I think I'm not taking much time because we have got one section more. So this is what is going to happen. So today I'll be there with you with Bloom's taxonomy, and next day also I'll be giving you an introduction about outcome-based education, giving you a clear-cut picture on how to create outcomes. Then followed by Dr. Mendes will be there. Giving you about these assessments as well as on mapping, and also you'll be introducing about some tools, and then followed by a section on this curriculum in the lines of 2020 in this new education policy 2020, followed by underlining threats of our Bloom's taxonomy as well as AI. How to integrate the possibilities of AI in other spaces like that is Suresh Nambudri is a guru in AI and ChatGPT. So he'll be giving you 2 sections, and finally I'll be coming back with customizing the AI tool for this what you could say that OBE topology, that is for the entire circle of OBE process, how to integrate ChatGPT. So that is the flow that is going to happen all these days. So I'm sure that if you're taking it wholeheartedly, you will really enjoy it. So I'm trying to stop this introduction now, and over to you, Sejin, for the rest of this formal session.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Sunil sir, for that a wonderful introduction to the FTP and also to the introduction of that LMS and what we are getting, what additional things that the participants will get. So just to confirm, am I audible? Sunil
Yeah,
sir?
you are audible. You are audible.
All right. Okay. I just wanted to confirm that. I'm just having a slight lag here on my network. Okay. So yeah, there's a question. How long can we use this LMS? LMS is accessible till the 19th of November. All right. We will talk to you regarding the LMS and the things regarding your the LMS towards the end of this FTP, when the last session. Okay. Now we will move on to the vote of thanks. Just please note there will be a session on Bloom's taxonomy after the vote of thanks. Please stay in for that as well. All right, now we will move on to the vote of thanks, which will be delivered by Dr. Jitin Benedict, who's the Dean and also Dean Training and Development. Dr. Jitin Benedict holds a PhD in Management Studies, specializing in consumer behavior. With over 12 years of industry and academic experience, he is well versed in marketing, branding, marketing research, and digital marketing. He has presented papers at prestigious international conferences, published in reputable journals, and authored a book on business communication. Dr. Benedict is currently serving as Dean, Training and Development of St. Albert's College Autonomous. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Please. Yeah.
A warm good evening to one and all. A warm good evening to one and all present here. Dear respected Dr. Rajan Gurukul, Vice Chairman, Kerala State Higher Education Council, Dr. Rajan Varghese, Member Secretary, Kerala State Higher Education Council, President of the function, Reverend Dr. Anthony Thopel, Chairman and Manager, St. Albert's College Autonomous, our beloved Principal, Dr. Bijoy VM, Dr. Sunil Jacob, Adjunct Faculty, Marian College Kuttikanam, Autonomous, resource persons of the FDP, fellow coordinators, and my dear respected academicians. Once again, a warm welcome to all of you and good evening. St. Albert's College Autonomous is a torchbearer in learning, a pioneer in making education accessible to everyone, an institution with an exemplary history of 78 long years of enlightenment, hard work, vision, and wisdom, is indeed privileged and honored to host the 7-day FDP on outcome-based education and essential AI tools for teachers. It gives us immense pleasure, and we thank Kerala State Higher Education Council for allowing us to associate with them to conduct a program of this magnitude. We live in a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, dynamic, and ambiguous world. In this fast-paced, unpredictable system, embracing change is imperative. The buzz around AI and ChatGPT underscores this need. We are delighted and we are so excited to see more than 2,700 participants as of now who have registered for this FDP. To all of you, we would like to say, let's navigate together in the next 7 days faculty development program here, where experts will definitely throw light on how academics is going to adapt to this shifting landscape with the introduction of 5-year undergraduate program, FYUGP, OBE, and NEP. Coming to my responsibility, let me take this opportunity to thank Dr. Bijoy VM, Principal of St. Albert's College Autonomous, the captain of our ship, for his warm words of welcome. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence and your welcome address.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dr. Rajan Gurukul, Vice Chairman, Kerala State Higher Education Council, and the former Vice Chancellor of MG University, has promised that he would be joining us in any of these days for the FDP. Sir, thanking you in advance for your time, which you will be rendering for us. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Rajan Varghese, sir, the Member Secretary, Kerala State Higher Education Council, was the man instrumental in framing the curriculum as per NEP. He has also promised to join us. Thanks again in advance, sir. Our beloved Chairman, Reverend Dr. Anthony Thopel, is our biggest support, motivation, and strength, and the man who has instilled the courage to do this FDP. Thank you so much, sir, for your motivation and also for inaugurating this function. Thank you, Father. Dr. Sunil Job, sir, the Adjunct Faculty of Marian College Kuttikanam, has given an introduction about the program, gave a roadmap of the program that is going to happen for the next 7 days, and the magic that the complimentary gift that he is going to give us. So we are so thankful, sir, to get such an eminent personality like you to be a resource person for this day, for the day and for the days to come. So thank you, sir. We will also like to thank all the resource persons who will be coming in the coming days. Professor Anil Ramachandran, Director, Research and Development Cell, Kannur University, and Dr. Mendes Jacob, Professor and Director of MCA, Marian College Kuttikanam Autonomous. Dr. Suresh Nambudri, who was the former COO of Tata Motors, and he was part of the team that developed India's first car, Tata Indica. We are so thrilled to see you in the coming days and for the discourse. We have along with us the coordinators of the program, Dr. Krishna Kumar, the Dean IQAC, Dr. Sajish, Dean Academics, and Ms. Amrita, Head of the Department of Computer Science of St. Albert's College Autonomous. We thank you all for your presence and for your coordination for making this FDP a reality. Thank you all. We are so happy to see the constellation of academicians that have joined us. We have the principals, IQAC coordinators, head of the departments, noted academicians, and faculty members who have joined us tonight. On behalf of St. Albert's College Autonomous, we thank all of you for your time, enthusiasm, and support. Now, the members of the IPSR team. Mr. Jaimon Kuriakos, the manager, Akhil, Mr. Cherian, Mr. Sijin George, who was the moderator of the day. They are doing an immensely great job. The back-end job is something that we don't see, but there's a huge lot of effort that is going behind the platform that you see right now. So on behalf of everyone present here, we would like to thank all the people who are running the show from behind. Thank you all in advance. Once again, thanking you all, and I'm sure let's reap the best from the discourse to happen in the coming days. Thank you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the vote of thanks, Dr. Jitin Benedict. Now we will move on to the next session. We will be having a topic on Bloom's taxonomy that is going to be delivered by Dr. KSHEC, the adjunct faculty of political honor. Over to you, sir.
Okay, Sajid. Good evening once again. So let us move with the first technical section of this faculty development program. So normally we begin our faculty development program with the Bloom's taxonomy. So the thing is that the Bloom's taxonomy is something very, very, very important if you are moving with the outcome-based education. Because normally we know that because from the introductory speakers, we told that it has been much informed that we are totally in the state of drastic change in our higher education scenario, especially by implementation of outcome-based education. So if you want to implement the outcome-based education in its right way, I mean, in its right way, definitely the Bloom's taxonomy will be a guiding light in every phases of this outcome-based education implementation. So when I say every phases of this outcome-based education implementation, because we can divide that this journey, I mean, the roadmap of our implementation of outcome-based education into 3 phases. The first phase is definitely, if you want the real implementation, we have to frame the curriculum of this. We have to frame the curriculum of the program that we are rendering, giving in the real sense of outcome-based education. So definitely, we should have a clear clarity on the architecture of outcome-based education. And when we are planning about the architecture of outcome-based education, definitely Bloom's taxonomy will be a guiding light for you to frame these outcomes at all these levels, at different levels of hierarchy. We'll be discussing on that. So that was phase. And the second phase is that if you want to implement outcome-based education in the classroom, you have to interact with your scholars, the ecosystem. That is, outcome-based education ecosystem signifies that there should be a constructive alignment of every activities that you give in the form of curriculum to the outcome that is intended from that particular piece of program that you give it. As well as these activities should side by side progress with formative evaluations. Evaluations are of 2 types, formative, summative. So both these teaching learning activities as well as the evaluation, the formative evaluation should be in par with the intended learning outcome of the class that you have been handling. It is not the class. It can be an activity, or it can be that is a project that you're providing. So whatever you're planning, the outcome should be there, and this alignment should be there, constructive alignment of these activities and assessments. So again, this Bloom's taxonomy will be helpful for you to align these activities and assessments in the lines of outcomes. And finally, coming to the summative evaluation, that is the final evaluation, to what extent that you have, that is the students have attained the outcome is something very important. So we have to go with the calculation of that attainment. So if you want to go with the calculation of the attainment, there also you should have a thorough picture on Bloom's taxonomy. So that is why in all of our sections, we have been giving a number of sections for the last 2, or I think more than 2 years. So in all the sections, we begin with Bloom's taxonomy because the Bloom's taxonomy is that important. So that is why in this section also, we have given the first section on Bloom's taxonomy. So I'll be giving you a section on Bloom's taxonomy in the sense how Bloom's taxonomy, it will be helpful for you to figure out what learning process has been happening in the learner, as well as what assessment or how can we find out the assessment of the learning at the different levels of the hierarchy of learning. So that is what that is what the focus of this section is going to be. So I'm without much of an introduction, we will be going into the Bloom's taxonomy. I have got few slides to share with you. So once again, I'm going to share the screen with you. So let me share the screen. And actually, we have some network issues, so I'm just going to keep this video close and going to share the screen. So now I am again repeating the same question, whether my screen is okay and whether my sound is okay.
Yes.
If both okay, you can just, yeah.
Both are
Sijin,
okay.
thank you. So so I think we are ready to have a takeoff. So let me put it in the presentation mode. Okay, here we go. Bloom's taxonomy. Actually, Bloom and taxonomy. Taxonomy is nothing but classification, right? Taxonomy is just a classification. And Benjamin Bloom is the person who have given this type of classification. And what Benjamin Bloom is going to classify is that he is been classifying the learning process. We'll be wondering, how can we classify the learning process? The learning process is a complex whole. It's a one thing. How can we classify? So according to the Bloom's taxonomy, we says that learning is something that happens from simple to complex. So there is a roadmap which is leading you from simple to complex, or concrete to abstract. This is how the learning in every area happens. So the learning will progress from the simple to complex. That means there is a road between the simple and complex. And the taxonomy, what Bloom's taxonomy focuses is that the Bloom's taxonomy will classify the roadmap into different levels as it progresses from simple to complex on the basis of what cognitive challenge that learning experience provide to the learner. So that is the simple way of viewing Bloom's taxonomy. So I have got few slides which explains you the conceptual framework of Bloom's taxonomy, as well as we'll be going little granular level of applying the Bloom's taxonomy in our teaching learning area. That's what is the nutshell of what we are going to do for this segment. So obviously, Bloom's taxonomy is something have to say with the learning, definitely. So I have just taken one slide on learning. What is learning? And I have just taken the most simplest statement on what is learning. Actually, learning is a process that brings that lead to change. Change means what? Change in the behavioral pattern of the learner. So when learning happens, the learner's behavior patterns will change. And now I will take that change and I will say that the change will be something will happen on the way in which he think. So the change will be happening on the intellectual dimension. The change can happen on how you feel or how you set your attitude. So the change can be in that way. That is how you value a thing, how you set an attitude towards something. So change can happen in that way. And the change can happen in how you perform some motor skill. So this is how the change happens. So learning is something that brings about changes in how we think, how we feel, and how we do something through some this motor skills. And what Bloom's taxonomy gives is that the Bloom's taxonomy has given a classification on how the change means learning, how the learning happens when it comes to the intellectual domain, when it comes to the feeling or attitude domain, or when it comes to the performance domain. That is something related, which has been powered with the motor skills. So that is what Bloom's taxonomy will speak to you. So now you can just think the learning is a process that brings out certain desirable behavioral change in that individual. So there also I have showcasing learning is something that brings about some desirable behavioral change in an individual. This is something which should be made clear. Suppose if you are going to take a class for a student for about 1 hour, definitely when you start the class, the students will be having some initial behavior level. Okay. And when you complete the class, the students will never be in that particular level. They will be elevated to a higher level. So what is the difference between the elevated level and the initial level? That is nothing but the desirable behavioral change you are trying to bring about in the student through your particular class. So that is something, the intended learning outcome of that particular class. So in an outcome-based education, what you do is that that intended learning outcome that you are looking for after that class, you will be fixing it first. And you will be steering all the curricular activities so that by the end of your 45 1-hour class, the students will be able to do what is intended priorly. That is outcome-based education in a simple terms. That is for a single class. Suppose if you're given a paper for that is, suppose you are handling a full paper for a course for a semester. At the beginning, definitely the students will be having the initial level of behavior, and after completing the entire course of about 4 to 6 months, definitely students will not be there at the initial level. They will be elevated to a higher level. What is the difference? That difference is nothing but the course outcome. That difference is the intended learning outcome that you have brought out. And when you're coming to an outcome-based education scenario, you will be fixing that intended learning outcome by completing the entire course first, and you will be steering your activities so that this outcome is met. So what is course outcome? This difference, that change that you are trying to bring about in the students, you will be fixing it first in terms of what the students are capable of doing, and then you will be trying to ensure it has happened by completing the course. So that will be the change. And if it is program, when the students enroll for any program, suppose if it is a degree program, okay, initial stage they will be having they'll be coming out from after +2 level, so they'll be having some initial behavior level, and after completing the graduations, definitely they'll be elevated into a professional level or something like that. So what is that level, that difference you will be showcasing first as program outcomes, isn't it? And by the end of the program, these outcomes should be met. So that is the simple way of putting what is outcome-based education from this particular slide. I have just taken one word, change. This is the change, and the change you are prefixing first and ensuring that as that has entered. So that word change, you are going to define it in the form of outcome. That is what is going to happen throughout this section. That change, you are going to redefine the change in the form of outcome and prefix it first. Okay, so definitely, obviously, the learning outcome are the observable and measurable end product of learning, and it is the observable indicator of objectives. Obviously, there is a lot of confusions regarding what is the difference between objective and outcome. Objective itself means what? It is something which the teachers say from the teacher's point of view. What is the objective? Okay, I have to complete the syllabus of something like that from teacher's point of view. And outcome is the other end. You are viewing the objective from the student point of view, and you are giving clarity on what the students will be able to do when this objective reaches the final point. So outcome is something objective, that is bringing clarity to the objective and redefining the objective in some observable and measurable terms. That is what the outcome is all about. So throughout, when we progress through the sections, all these things will come out with more clarity, precise and concise. Okay, so Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, obviously I'm not because the next sections will be going detailed into about OB architecture. Now we will stick back to Bloom's taxonomy. So this person with a lit up with a smile is nothing but the Benjamin Bloom. And actually, the first version of Bloom's taxonomy has been given to you by 1956 and 2001. His associates Anderson have revisited it and redefined it and revised it. And 2001, we have the revised Bloom's taxonomy, and now we are following the revised Bloom's taxonomy. So I think you have read what Benjamin Bloom remarked regarding learning. Is it encouraging? Definitely. Definitely, this is much encouraging. What you can just read and you can just feel how encouraging this statement is. What any person in the world can learn, almost all, if they have not challenged in any way, almost all person can learn if they are provided with appropriate prior and current condition. Prior and current condition. This is where Bloom's taxonomy will come to your help. Because learning is something which progress from simple to complex. There will be a continuum from simple to complex. Suppose if you want to give a lesson of a topic, there will be something which the learner should be able to know prior to that. So Bloom's taxonomy will give you a clarity on what is the level of learning that you're going to bring about for your present class, and what is the level of learning prior should be there. So that becomes more clarity when you view it from the Bloom's taxonomy point of view. So that is something very, very important. And what is here? It is given Bloom's taxonomy is set of 3 hierarchical models. What is 3 all about? 3 hierarchical models in the sense. 3 hierarchical models. I've told that the change can happen on how we think. How we think. That is something triggered with the knowledge, our intellectual process. Then how we feel. That is our attitude, our mannerisms, all these things. And how we do some psychomotor. That is how we do some activities which has been powered with the muscular level. That is some skill-based activities, how we perform. So the learning can happen in these 3 area, and this 3 area is being remarked as cognitive domain. That area which has been focused by intellectual abilities and skills. Intellectual abilities and skills. That is something related to the mental process, and that which is nurtured by knowledge. Mental process which has been nurtured by knowledge. Affective domain, which has been related with feelings, emotions, attitude, etc. That is feelings. That is and that is psychomotor domain. That is something which has been powered with physical and motor skills. So this is what we say that this head, heart and hand. That is, hand means psychomotor, heart means emotions, feelings, and head means intellectual process. 3H. This is the 3H which Bloom's focuses on: cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. And here in this segment, we'll be focusing more on, because we are in curriculum, when we are framing curriculum or when we are going with the syllabus, we are focusing on the knowledge part. The knowledge is something related to the cognitive domain. An effective and psychomotor domain will be coming as hidden curriculum into this. So we'll be just going through the Bloom's taxonomy's cognitive domain in detail. So here we go. This is obviously, I don't say think that this is something new to you. Probably everybody will be knowing this. This is Bloom's taxonomy revised on cognitive domain. Here, I have told you in my introductory remark, learning is something happen from simple to complex, from concrete to abstract. The roadmap between simple and complex will be divided into different levels, the levels of hierarchy, and learning progresses from the base level to the highest level. So what is the base level? That is the cognitive domain. The base level is remembering. Obviously, we know that what is remembering. When I say I remember, means I memorize something. So the learning can happen only at that level, memory level. That is, you're trying to memorize something. And when you memorize something, what is the cognitive process that comes out of that process? You will be able to recall. You will be able to recall from memory what is being recorded in your that is in your brain. So recalling is something that the students will show at a remembering level of learning. So it is not necessary that whatever thing you memorize, you know the entire meaning of whatever thing you have memorized. So when you are putting the intellectual process into your memory, definitely that level of learning will be enhanced to the next level, where you try to understand the meaning. So a meaningful learning, the meaningful memorization will take you to an understanding level. Will take you to an understanding level. So we know that the person is connected with the external world with the five of his senses. So whatever stimulus that reaches that individual to the five senses will be first will be come to the brain and will get recorded as memory, and then you will be the man has got a very gifted of intellectual process. So through the intellectual process, whatever comes to the memory will bring about a meaning from that. So this second level is understanding level. This is where the concept learning happens. That is, you learn about because in concepts there are some abstractions will be there involved with the concepts. So when you're learning some concepts, when you're learning some principles, when you're learning some theory, when you're learning some these whatever you call that theoretical part, the that is you have to elevate your learning to an understanding level. You have to know the meaning, and the next level will be applying in the sense you are transferring your knowledge to some unfamiliar situation. I repeat, unfamiliar situations, whereby you are solving your problem by transferring the knowledge that you have gained in through your experiences, through the different learning experiences that is been you have attained up to the understanding level. You are applying that into some relevant situations and solving the problems. That is application level. So learning becomes meaningful only when you try to take your students to an application level of learning. Apply whatever thing, not to bury whatever things that you've learned. It should not be buried in the student. It should be applied so that the practical utilitarian value of the knowledge has to be brought about through its application. And the next level is analysis. I would like to say that analysis is a higher end application, because in the real world, the problem that is you have to integrate the different learnings to solve one problem, not one learning for solving one problem. Multiple learning that you have learned from different quarters has to be integrated into one problem for solving. For that, what you have to do, that is you have to that is when you are dealing with the complex situations, what you have to do is that you have to break that particular situations into different components, and you have to apply the different learnings into the different components, and you have to try to find out the relationship between them. That is analysis. So analysis is a higher end learning where you are dealing with complex situations by breaking it into different components and apply your knowledge and try to find out the relationship. That is analysis. For example, suppose if you are applying the syntaxes and because this is a computer science department which has been organizing, I'll just pulling out an example from computer science. Suppose if you are asking the students to write a program, you have given the syntax, something like that, applying the syntax and you're writing the program, that could be an application. And sometimes there is an error that happened in the program. If you want to debug it, what you have to do? You have to analyze it. You have to analyze it. You have to analyze it in the sense you have to that is compartmentalize the entire program into different components, and you have to check how it is functioning, and then you have to find how it is been when it is put into the integrated way, how it is interconnected. Like that, you'll be fixing, you'll be bug fixing. That is an analytical level. So, or if you are just dealing with giving the students an experiment of salt analysis, what happens is that the students will be analyzing. That is, take a component of salt, you'll be doing some test, then take some another fragment, doing some other test, and then finally, by the end of the entire analytical process, you'll be assembling all these observations together to identify what is the salt. That is analysis. So that is analytical level. And what is evaluation is that in evaluation, you are in the level of a judge. If you want to evaluate something authentically, definitely you have to analyze that particular thing in different angles, and then you have to pass your observations. So evaluation becomes meaningful only after a thorough analysis of the system, and then you can evaluate it. So suppose if you want to analyze, if you want to evaluate something, you have to analyze the system, and then only you can pass judgment regarding your observations, regarding your analysis. That is evaluated. So if you want to evaluate, it is something going above analysis. That is analyzing, and then from your expertise, passing remark and with the justification. That is, suppose if you are asked to evaluate a dance form, what we do is that we will be setting some criterias, how that is the different participants, different competitors comes and perform, do their performance. What we do is that we will be evaluating on the basis of analysis, how the steps are in sync, what is the addresses, likewise different criterias. You will be analyzing it and put up together. You will be evaluating that this is the best performance. Why? Because you can these are the different criteria which we have analyzed. So after analysis, you can pass your judgment. We were talking about NIRF ranking. The NRF, that is Human Resource Ministry, is been ranking the performance of the colleges from different category every year, isn't it? From Arts and Science College, okay, Mirinda, from Mirinda House, number one, from this, what we could say, engineering colleges, this IIT Madras, number one. Wow, that is they are ranking it and evaluating it. So what has been happening there? They are analyzing the performance of each institutions who have submitted the SSR, and analyzing in terms of different criteria. What is their teaching learning activities, how is it been going, then what is the research, likewise what is the outlook, likewise what is the perception. Different criteria are there, and they are evaluating every colleges on the basis of this criteria, and then they are consolidating it, and then they will say that okay, this is the best college. So after evaluation, after analysis, then comes evaluation. And at the top end is creating. Creating means you are contributing something new. You are contributing something new. So I will say that that is only after a thorough evaluation, we'll be moving to the next level of creating. Obviously, I often wonders that normally when we go with the research process, the students are not much giving much importance to review of literature. Why review of literature? Actually, review of literature gives you, that is, you are reviewing means you are evaluating what had happened in the area that you are doing research. And when you're evaluating it, you will be able to identify what is the gap in that area, what is the shortcomings in that area. That will happen only after a thorough review. And these gaps have to be filled. And this will be the leading light for you to have some smart research work that will contribute much to the area that you have been doing. So a thorough evaluation will make you sense the necessity. And necessity is the mother of invention. The necessity will lead you to lead your thoughts and expertise to bring something new. So this highest level is creativity, that is creating something new. That is why, because in normal examinations, we will not be able to expect the students to create something new for a 2 or 3 hours exams. So that is why we are bringing about projects and assignments for the students to work with that, as well as so that they can unlock the creative potentials, and they will be able to bring about some new thing into the contribution. So this is how the learning should happen. So this is the different levels of learning, and Bloom's taxonomy helps you to identify which level that you are learning could be placed in this pinnacle, or in this hierarchy. So here we are going to, so learning is a process engineered in such a way that one level is a prerequisite for the other. That means, suppose if you want to apply something, you should have a thorough understanding. So understanding is a prerequisite for applications. Suppose if you want to analyze, you should have the ability to apply the your learning into the different segments that you have been disintegrated, isn't it? You have been differentiating the complex problems into different, breaking up into different components. So you should have the ability to apply according to the different components. And only after a thorough analysis, you will be able to evaluate it. And only after a thorough evaluation, you will be able to identify what is the shortcomings. So this should go in a progression. And we should sense this progression. And then only we will be able to steer the students in the right way so that he can progress well in whatever area that we are handling. And now I am just going to take you through how to frame questions in these levels. How to frame questions in these levels. I've trisected this slides into 3. One is what is the demonstrate, because learning is something which has been happening inside that individual, isn't it? We can that is we'll be able to identify whether learning has happened through the responses, the students that is do by with respect to the different stimulus that we give. So actually, what is an examination is nothing but a set of stimulus. So you are putting 10 questions, means you are giving 10 stimulus to the students, and you are observing what is the response, and you are identifying whether the stimulus, whether the response that the students give is up for the stimulus. So that is what yeah, this any examination or something will be happening. So here I have trisected this slide into 3, where one showcases on demonstrated skills. So if the students are at a remembering level of learning, what are the skills they have been showcasing? And in the right side, I have showcased a few verbs. These verbs will be helping you to frame questions at this level. And I have been framing few questions for making the things clear. That is some simple questions, only. So at the remembering level, we know that remembering means memory level learning. And we know that what are the expected skills at the memory level learning is recalling, isn't it? I remember, that means I'll be able to recall the facts, recall the methodology, recall some date, recall some theory. That is what will be happening in memory level. So these are the verbs that you can help for framing questions. We have been discussing about Bloom's taxonomy, right? Suppose if I ask a question, list the various domains in Bloom's taxonomy. List is the verb which I have showcased here. List means, what does this question demand? I want only that name, isn't it? So I told that Bloom's taxonomy is the 3 hierarchical models. One is cognitive domain, second is affective domain, third is psychomotor domain. So if you write cognitive, affective, psychomotor, you will get the full credit. So what does this question signifies? This question only demand memorization of the domain name. Then only you will be able to list it. memorization of the domain name. That do not necessary that do not necessarily mean that you have got a thorough knowledge about all these domains in detail, isn't it? We have explained the cognitive domain, and I told that cognitive domain has got 6 hierarchy. I didn't say anything about affective domain, isn't it? But still you got mark in affective domain, because I didn't say that affective domain has got 5 levels, which begins from this receiving something, responding, valuing, organizing, characterizing. We didn't detail anything about that, isn't it? But still you got answer, you got credit for that, because you remembered effective that name. I didn't say anything about this psychomotor domain, like imitation, manipulation, precision, articulation, naturalization, the different stages. I didn't mention, because it comes as an hidden curriculum. So we are more focusing on cognitive domain. I did. So you have still got mark for that, because you named it. So this is what memory level. It wants the learner to memorize these terms, facts, etc. in a memory level, and to reproduce it in the right way, isn't it? So that is it. So that do not mean that if you are a PhD in Bloom's taxonomy, this question demand only 3 words. What? Cognitive, effective, memorization of 3 words. So that is a remembering level learning. Define multiculturalism. Define. That means you are restricting the freedom to a definition. That is, you have to write something which has been given by some sociologist in the same way. I've seen teachers deducting mark for even putting without this is a definition. You have to put it in a double quotes or a small spelling error, or you have used a different word in that definition. They have reduced them, because this definition is not written in this particular way. This word has been totally differently. That is, you have used a different word for that. It is not there in the definition. Deducting mark for that. So definition means we are reducing the freedom of the students, and you are insisting the student to memorize something which has been given by someone else. Name the union territories. Name. The students will be saying that, okay, Lakshadweep, the Andaman Nicobar, they'll be naming it, even without knowing what is the difference between what is the union territory, what is the state, what is the privilege that the peoples of the union territories enjoy. Without knowing that, they will be answering. If I say that, give a book written by Shakespeare, you will say that Macbeth. Without reading Macbeth, you will be able to answer that. So these questions are at the basic level of memory level. Okay. Understanding level means going next step higher. That is, you have trying to understand the meaning of what you have memorized it, isn't it? That is what is being given. Understanding that information, grasp the meaning, translate knowledge to new content. That is, you have learned the definitions and you are writing it in your own words. Why? Because you understood what is there, that person has told you in a statement. You understood it and writing it in that own words. So these are some of the verbs that may help you to frame questions in an understanding level. These verbs are not mutually exclusive. Some verbs you can use it at the lower level, the same verb you can use it at the higher level. The discretion is up to the teachers. It is the teachers you have to decide what cognitive challenge that this question brings in that learner. This is only something that help you to assist to frame questions. Okay, I have right. I'm taking this verb explain, and I am just putting one question from Bloom's taxonomy. Explain the various levels of learning in cognitive domain. Before, I need only to list. I want to memorize. Now I don't want to memorize. I want the student to explain. And when can he explain? When he has really understood what is meant by the different levels which has been mentioned in cognitive domain. He explains something. So when the student reaches the understanding level, he understands the concepts very well. He put the concept in his own words, explain the things, summarize them, paraphrase them. All these things are happening at an understanding level, isn't it? So before I told define, I restricted his freedom to some definitions which has been given by some persons. Now I ask them to restate multiculturalism in your own words. When I want to say your own words, when I can say your own words, when I understood, I can put it in my own word. isn't it? So that is a higher learning. I understood something more better. If I say that multiculturalism is just like a fruit salad, okay, fruit salad, what is it? That is different. What is the specialty of fruit salad? Different fruits are coexisting together without losing its identity, bound in the cream of cohesion. That is the multiculturalism. If the India is a multicultural land where different cultures coexist in the cream of nationalism, like that. So if the students are able to explain it like this, definitely understood what is multiculturalism. Okay, discuss the privilege of union territory. Before he only named it, now he has been explaining it. So he got understanding regarding what is this union territory like that. So I think, so these differences should be made clear. So this is a common frame that I've given. You can port this knowledge into the area that you are handling, so that it will be helpful for you to take the students to the higher level. Applying in the sense, I will repeat, that is, now the students have understood a lot of concepts that you have communicated. Now the important is that we want to bring that concepts into some practical utility. So we want to transfer this knowledge to some unfamiliar situations where you'll be able to solve this problem, isn't it? So what is happened? Use method, concept, law, theory, all these things you have understood, learned in new situations, for solving the problems. So this is something, this is the demonstrated skill when he reaches application level. And these are the verbs that may help you. These are the verbs that may help you to frame what questions, calculate, predict, solve, apply, something like that. So let me give, because the first question is interesting, because before I told the list, then I told to explain. Now what I'm telling, frame few questions related to each domain of Bloom's taxonomy in your subject. What does this mean? What does this mean? You have got a clear understanding of Bloom's taxonomy. You are using that knowledge of Bloom's taxonomy, transferring that knowledge of Bloom's taxonomy into the subject that you are handling. And on the basis of that, you are preparing a question. You are preparing a question, a memory level, remembering level question from your subject. You are preparing an understanding level question from your subject. You are preparing an application level question from your subject. What are you doing there? You are transferring the knowledge of Bloom's taxonomy to the subject for preparing questions. What is that application? Application of Bloom's taxonomy in preparing questions. So likewise, so you are applying something you are transferring your conceptual knowledge to some relevant situations for solving the problem. That is what is happening in so illustrate multicultural practices. So you know what is multiculturalism. You transfers it and explains these are the multicultural practices which has been happening in the institutions like that. So I think that is application. Now, next, which comes in the hierarchy is analyzing. Analyzing, we know that it is a higher order application. That in the sense you are disintegrating, you are breaking down a complex problem into different parts, applying it, your knowledge into different parts, and bringing about these associations. Suppose if you are doing research, what normally do is that we will set objective first. You will take one objective, and we will be taking about that is that is we will be analyzing that objective through different angles. That is, you will be creating about 10 to 20 tables related to the particular objectives, which showcases some component of that particular objective. And finally, what you do that you will totally summarize the observations of these analysis and answer that objective. So what is that? Analyzing. So analyzing is that breaking down a problem into different components, and then you are analyzing them. For example, suppose if you I told that this salt analysis, that is breaking the into, we are performing different tests, and then you're putting together to identify what is the salt. So this is the process which has been happening in analyzing. And so what is here? that is, so these are the verbs that, so these verbs will be available in that your LMS. These verbs are showcased, so there is no need to get confused or screenshot. So these words will be available in the LMS, or you can just Google it out and you can find out these verbs will be there. A lot of this there. So the verbs which has been standardized by us is been showcased in the LMS. Categorize the given question into various levels of cognitive domain. This is the first question, which goes in line with the Bloom's taxonomy, which we have been discussing. So what is the difference between the previous one and the this one? In the previous one, I asked you to apply Bloom's taxonomy and frame questions. And what is here? I am giving you questions directly. And what you have to do is that you have to analyze each question and identify which level of learning this question addresses the best. So what you have to do, take one question. You have to first, just like a SALT analysis, you have to check it whether it is addressing an understanding level, or whether it is going still down as at a remembering level, or whether this question poses an application level cognitive challenge. Likewise, you have to you have to take all these levels and operate with these questions and identify which level. So what is that? Analysis. Suppose if we are studying about human body, if you want to have a thorough study, we can differentiate it into what the this muscular system, nervous system, skeleton system, and then we can try to find out the relationship between them. So if any if a person have some medical issues, then for a specialized diagnosis, you can differentiate it from a skeleton system, muscular system, nervous system, and integrate them to have the best analysis. That is where the specialities are all working together. So this is analysis. So analysis is breaking down a system and then identifying the relationship, applying it, identifying the relationship. So that is analysis. So here, compare the practices of multiculturalism and monoculturalism. Compare. So what is that analysis you are going to do? I'm taking one system, multiculturalism, one monoculturalism. How will I compare? What is the that is I will take one by one. What is the benefit that the people enjoy in a multiculturalism? What is the benefit? So benefit of the people. What is the freedom? What is the form of government in both the system? What is the type of culture that happens in both of system? I'll be differentiating it into different criteria like that, and then I will compare. Suppose if I ask you to another example, compare to mobile phones. Compare to mobile phones. What will you do? You will analyze it. How will you analyze it? We'll be comparing it on the basis of the prices of two mobile phones. Then you'll be comparing it on the basis of display. Then you will be comparing it on the basis of what battery life or something like that. So that you are analyzing it by different components, and then apply it, and then you can make comparisons. So comparisons also obviously will give you clarity regarding analysis. So examine the fundamental difference between union territories and state. So here, in a state, in the union territory, what is the form of government? State government, union territory, central government, like that, you can make comparisons. So if you want to make comparisons, you have to analyze both the system on the basis of different components that you are dividing. So they're analyzing. That's analyzing. And what is evaluating? Evaluating and analysis both are very closer to each other. After analyzing, you are passing judgment. After comparing mobile phones, finally you are passing judgment. This mobile phone is superior to the first mobile phone is superior to the second one. Why? You will be listing out the analysis, and you will be making your justification on the basis of this analysis. That is evaluation. I've told that this NRF ranking. So NRF ranking has got many criterias. So every colleges will be analyzed on the basis of this criteria, and each criteria they will be giving some scores for each criteria. They consolidate these scores and then rank it. That is, evaluation means ranking it. So you can see that the different verbs: access, decide, choose, choosing, ranking, grading, testing, all these things are evaluating. So if you want to test it, you have to test it on the basis of different criteria. So testing it on the basis of different criteria means you have to analyze it, then you have to pass your judgment on the basis of this criteria. So if you want to pass judgment, you have to be superior in that learning ladder in order to evaluate on the basis of this analysis. So that is what compare and discriminate between ideas, assess values of theories and presentations. If you want to assess the values of, obviously you should have that level of learning. So all these things. So now coming to Bloom's taxonomy, at the remembering level, I've asked the question list. At understanding level, I asked you to explain. I want to know whether you understood. At the application level, I asked you to apply that and frame question. At the analytical level, I have given you some questions and I asked you to identify, analyze which level that this question could be better suited. And now at an evaluating level, I am asking the question: do you think you could prepare question for all levels of Bloom's taxonomy in your subject? Justify. So what will you be doing? So if you want to give a right answer, an authentic answer to this question, what you have to do? You should know Bloom's taxonomy. You have to apply Bloom's taxonomy. You have to analyze whether Bloom's taxonomy is helping you in every area of your subject. And you may be finding out that in some areas that you are not able to identify these learning magnitude in your subject. So Bloom's taxonomy is not answering my subject in a right way. So no, so justify means do you think that prepare questions at all levels at Bloom's taxonomy subject? The answer should not be yes or no. You have to justify thoroughly on the basis of analysis that, okay, Bloom's taxonomy is not working well with my subject because I cannot prepare questions at these levels in these areas. So, okay, you will be able to answer. So you have evaluated that. When you evaluated that, what did it bring about? It has projected the deficiency of Bloom's taxonomy. You will be projecting the deficiency of Bloom's taxonomy. If you want to project the deficiency, what you have to do? You have to learn Bloom's taxonomy to the core. At the very best, you have to apply it. You have to check the pros and cons, and then only you will be able to have the final evaluations. So there you found that these are the shortcomings of Bloom's taxonomy. So what next? We have to revise Bloom's taxonomy to the higher level. That will lead to creativity. That is how the learning should progress. That is how the learning should progress. So normally what we could see that the learning is been happening only up at a memory level or understanding level. All the questions that we give for the exams is what is this, what is that, what is this. Only some understanding has been checked. We have to take the students to the higher level. So if you want to take that, how learning progresses in your domain, in the higher level, how it is possible, you have to identify it. So that identification will help you to steer up your learning, and these AI tools which will be coming up in the classes will be able to will help you to identify some areas which you have never thought about how to take the students to the higher level. AI will be helping you. That will be coming up in the next sections. So critically evaluate multiculturalism. Critically evaluate. So what is this? Is it a higher order question? Definitely. If you want to critically evaluate, you should know what is multiculturalism. You have to identify the different applications. You have to analyze the pros and cons of this multiculturalism. Then only you will be able to answer that question. What? Critically evaluate. So these questions are something which comes at the higher level. But there is a problem. Suppose if you are giving the notes to the students, regarding the critical evaluation, what the students do, they will their cognitive domain will not be put into a test. Your cognitive domain is being put into a test. You are giving notes, the students are learning it either by heart, or you will try to understand without any cognitive pressure, and you will be reproducing it. So even if the question is at a cognitive, at a evaluation level, the students are taking it only to an understanding level. So this is something. So if you want to have the real learning in the students, you should not expose these higher order questions. You should not prepare notes and give to the students at the higher order. There you should give them knowledge. That is, that you should be a facilitator. The students should then only they will become productive. they will be they'll excel in their workspace. They will be productive persons. Otherwise, they will be always only consumeristic culture, consuming only what you give. They will take. If you want to excel their creative potential, you have to take the students to the higher order, so that when you take the students to the higher order, you can only guide them, and their cognitive challenge should be put to the test. That is what something very important when you come to outcome-based education. So state the welfare. So likewise, evaluations and creating. Obviously, we know that create is not copy paste. It's not copy paste, isn't it? Create means we have to bring something new. If you want to bring something new, a thorough evaluation is mandatory, isn't it? Thorough evaluation is mandatory. Then only we will be able to sense what is the shortcomings, what is the necessity. That will trigger your thoughts and guide. That is why we say that this review of literature is very important. Now we are giving more importance to the review of literature, in the sense is that review of literature will be able to figure out what is the current status of the area that you are doing research, and then what is the shortcomings, what is the gaps that you have to fill. That will trigger out your this what I could say, your research process or something like that. So creating, you can just see this analysis means a situation broken up into different fragments, applying knowledge, bringing to and what is this is a creation is a sort of synthesis. You're confronting with a problem and you are applying your previous knowledge put together to form a new whole. That is creating. So when we go for this project Viva, normally the first question that I ask them technically, I ask them, what is your contribution? What is the innovation in this piece of work? Isn't it? Because that is something which lead to creativity, isn't it? It is utter nonsense to put create level questions in an examination paper, because create should not be the students will not two hours or 3 hours exam, the students will not sit there and create something, a new system. He cannot sit there and create. That is why we are integrating the different assignments projects into the system in order to enhance the learning to the higher order of creativity, isn't it? And how can we set a valuation scheme for evaluation? Because after examination, we will be setting some scheme of valuations for create level question. How can we set a because that is something that should come out of the students. So how can we standardize evaluation? So it is all practical difficulties there. So I've seen many questions which is, but especially in the science, it is very difficult. In the arts or in other field, some creative writing could be there, but still it is not practicable to accommodate creative type questions, especially in a paper pencil test. So that is why when we come to an outcome based education, more importance has been given to these activities that you give, and less weightage will be given to the written examinations. Dr. Mendes will be detailing about that particular aspects. So now coming to these are the verbs that may help you to create questions at this level. And okay, create an, in the previous slide you told me that Bloom's taxonomy is not answering my problems. It's not much suited for my area. So what will be the next? What will be the next? We have to think about a new model that will be able to answer all the so create a new model means you have to go with the new. So that will, so develop a presentation on to its not the same thing, some creative presentations that may trigger out these multiculturalistic practices, like that you will be able to identify it. So what we have done is that we have just taken you through the different levels of learning in cognitive domain, and then we have gone into each domain and how to frame questions in each domains, and what learning that's what learning processes when happens in the students when you progress through these levels. That is where we discuss. So now we know that in this National Policy 2020, one top priority is given to autonomy. Either every institution is more than 3,000 students students will be elevated to an autonomous college, or if there are less, there will be a cluster as an autonomous. Any autonomy is there. So you have the importance, you have the right to identify or design this scheme of these questions, that is the question paper pattern. So most of these recommendations of exam reform says that we have to elevate the level of the questions from lower order thinking skills to higher order thinking skills. Lower order in the thinking skills means the first three level: remembering, understanding, and application. Application is still a lower order thinking skill. And if you want to take the student to a higher order thinking skill, analyze, evaluate, and create level is the higher order thinking skills. So it is now the time, that is, we have to transfer our curriculum, which focuses more on lower order to a higher order thinking skill, so that the students become more and more productive. So one of the most important, the simplest method for enhancing the quality of an institution is simply enhance the quality of the assessment from lower order to higher order. So what happens? All the students, if they want to clear their this graduation, whatever it may be, they will be forced to attain that level of expertise. So when they're able to attain a particular level of expertise, what happens is that their creative potentials will be enhanced, and they'll move out of the institution as a very productive, dynamic, and challenging situation, citizens who are able to meet any challenges of their life or career or whatever it may be. So that is something very important. If you are putting the students down to this lower level, definitely they will be passing out as confused graduates. So definitely it is something very important to enhance. So that is why we say that assessment is the engine that drives the quality of the education institutions. So if you want to enhance the quality, definitely enhance the quality of the and as Bloom said that anybody can learn if you are providing the real situation, the real methodology. Definitely the students would be elevated to the higher order. So don't think that this is a blind slide. I'm just going to put some questions for you. You can answer it. Which level this question belong? This scenario belong? You can answer it as K1, K2, etc. If it is remembering level, you can put it as K1. If it is understanding level, K2. Applying, K3. Analyzing, K4. Evaluating, K5. And creating. So what is the level? You can put it in chat. Let me take the chat. What is that level? Yeah, there are two opinions which has been coming up. There is a conflicting situation which has been coming up. K4, many of them has written K4, and few of them have written K1 and K2. So now we can just read that scenario. Actually, this is a very famous thing, right? This Mark Antony's speech in Julius Caesar, I came to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Okay, obviously. So what's the question all about? Analyze the motive of the speech by Mark Antony in Shakespearean play. So that speech, every part of the speech, you have to analyze that speech and write what is the motive. So the question is analysis. But what is the scenario? The student learns from notes which is given by the teacher. So are they really analyzing? They are just taking the notes, reading the notes, understanding it. So the real cognitive challenge of the students are not put to the test. So definitely this is an analytical question, but the situation has killed that question, and the students are just writing what the student teacher has given to them. So either it could be by hearted, or they could be written it in by understanding it. So here it is given that gives a perfect answer to the question in his own words. So he read what the teacher has given to him, and he understood and read. So actually this is, it was a K4, but it is degraded to a K2. Just I want to bring it the difference. So what you have answered is that question is K4, but the scenario has put it down to K2. Now, what is this? Because I've just brought a simple question so that because this is a very this heterogeneous group, different areas are there. So these are some basic questions. So just I want to pool your knowledge. Find the volume of the cube when one of the side is known. We know that volume is side into side into side, isn't it? Cube means all the sides are. So side cube, that is the formula. And I'm giving you, okay, one side is 10, then what is the volume of the cube? Obviously you will be saying that, okay, 1000. So what is that question? What level? That is, the students are calculating volume by knowing that side of one of the side is 10. You can put it in chat. Find the volume. That is, students are solving that problem. He finds the volume. What is it? Whether my chat is empty or are you not putting? Gobiga K3. I think okay. Let me see that. Many answer. K5 is coming. K3. Okay. Obviously, it is a practice that when some problems comes, there is a tendency to write it as K3 because they're solving a problem. Solve. But actually, is it K3? Because we know that volume of a cube is side into side into side. Instead of side, you are putting 10 into 10 into 10, you are getting the answer. That is, you are directly applying, you are directly putting that answer, you are substituting that side's value and writing that answer. Isn't it? So it is just, actually, I will say that it is just an understanding or remembering level question. If it is application, I told it that you have to transfer that knowledge into some unfamiliar situation, then only it will become an application. Suppose if I say that water flowing into a cubical tank, water is flowing into a cubical tank at such and such volume, at such and such liters is being there every minute. What time it will take to fill that tank? There it will be an application level because you know that the volume of the cube has to be calculated, water has been transferred, and then you're calculating that the problem. So some unfamiliar situation, and you're calculating the time, not volume. So you are using it and calculating it. So that is an application level question. So this is often confused. This is okay. You can say it as a understanding level, or even by hearting that formula, substituting it. The student is asked to conduct an experiment and examine the result of that experiment. Okay, you have given them some salt and alpha, whatever it may be. The students are conducting it, experiments, and you're creating that observations and giving you the answer. Yeah, K4 is coming, K4, yes, K4. Because analyzing, because you are doing an experiment, and then you are taking that observations and you are analyzing that observations and coming to the final answer. So actually it is an analytical level. Now you are asked to debate the pros and cons of banking. Debate. So positive sides, negative sides, isn't it? Yeah, you are evaluating it. So if you want to have a thorough debate, definitely you should know what is net banking, what is the positive side. If you do know the positive side, net banking, its application, negative side, its application, you have to analyze it, then only you will be able to have a thorough. So analyze it, and then you are justifying your point of view. So normally what happens is that analysis and evaluations are so tightly packed. So after analyzing, you are passing your judgment, not the value. If you're passing that value, okay, it is analysis value. And on the basis of this value, you are passing the judgment. That is what evaluating. Which is the best phone? You have to analyze it and then you are passing the judgment. Which is the best college? You have to analyze all the performance on the basis of the criteria, and on the basis of criteria you are evaluating. This is the best, isn't it? So that is very close to each other. Normally we get confused. So this is K5. Match the following: invention, inventor. Match. Book, author. Match. Okay, even without knowing what is the invention, because we are giving area that is we are asking the students to gain general knowledge GK. Normally what do is that they will get some information from here and there, and even without knowing, just trying to strengthen their memory and keep on keeping on the answer. But these things should help them to go further and understand what is there and apply. Then only it will become meaningful. So now this GK, because now everything is available at the fingertip. So I think obviously it should begin from understanding memory level, and then it should traverse higher order. Then only it will become meaningful. So this is even without knowing what is the invention, you'll be able to figure out who is the inventor if they are by hearting it, or even without reading a book, you will say who is the author of this book. Okay, so sometimes some definition, some statement which has been given by some persons, by hearting it, reproducing it. It can happen. That do not mean that he may understood that, but that question needs the word which has been given by that particular man. So that is restricting his freedom, and it is enhancing that memory level. Create new model. So I don't think that this is, we have already answered that. Create. Because you told that Bloom's taxonomy, sir, is not fully addressing my issues. So definitely we have to go ahead, create. Okay. So together with this, we have got, this is there in your LMS. This is the task there in your LMS. So this is the task for day one. What you have to do is that you should just to, now what we have done is that question paper, you have taken one question, analyzed it. The same thing we have to do it as a task. You can take any question paper that you are handling, university question paper. Just want to know two things. One, I want you to identify what is the level Bloom's taxonomy each question addresses. And second, to evaluate whether it is sufficient. Okay. This is the objective of this task. So probably your question, this is an automated Excel sheet. So this is an automated Excel sheet which I have prepared. So here, suppose you take one question paper, previous year's question paper of your subject that you're handling. Okay. Obviously, there may be a section, probably the first section. Read the first question. The first question may be an understanding question, and it can be of 2 marks. Put what is the marks? Again, section A. Read the second question. What is the level? Maybe it is a define or something, questions like that. It is again of 2 marks. Again, there is a drop down. There is no need to type. What is the level? Again, remembering question, 2 marks. Again, section A. Read the fourth question. If it is again remembering question, okay, 2 marks. Okay, then you are passing to the next section, section B. Read that question. If it is an application level question, what is that? 5 marks, like that. So what you have to do is that you have to enter. You can enter the details corresponding to each question. Question 1, section A, understanding level question. This understanding level, now you are expert, and the marks related to that question. So you can enter all these. There are about 35 questions which is there. If your question paper is having how many questions, whether it is an OR type or this options is there, you take all the questions and you can record it here. And here it is automatically shown. What is here? 46% questions are from remembering level, 15% from understanding level, and you could see that all the questions are from lower order. 100% questions are from, or Suppose if I'm putting it as an analyzing question, okay, then higher order thinking skills 38% and lower order thinking skill 62%. So here you can write what is the program name. Okay, suppose if it is BCom, what is the course name? Accountancy or whatever it may be. What is the year? What is the semester? And you can write your remark here. You can add your remark regarding your question paper. That is your evaluation. That is the question paper. Most of the questions are from lower order, so the question paper needs a little improvisation. Like that, you can enter your observations, save it, and upload it in the LMS. So how to download it, how to enter it, how to upload it will be given as an SOP. A small video is given with every task. You can just view that video. The video will explain how to download it, how to save it, how to upload it, and you can perform accordingly. So the LMS is a handholding you through all the activities, so that you can very well do it. So I think we have gone little more time has been taken. I'm giving the platform back to Sijan. If there is any questions, you can ask.
There is a question in YouTube, actually. I'll just read that out for you. Shall we compulsory use action verb in question paper?
Normally, action verbs are gives you some clarity regarding the level. And if you are because the action verbs are important for giving clarity to what level. Suppose if you are writing what is means you are asking the students about the meaning. That means understanding level. So the questions can be written even without action verb, but the thing is that action verb will help you to give clarity regarding to what level that it is addressing. That's it.
Okay, there's a question saying day one access is restricted in LMS. The day one will be accessible to you later towards the night, or you can access it tomorrow. Okay. Yes, the time of access is mentioned there, then it will be accessible along with the video for tonight. Okay. Please note, everybody, there is the feedback form will be there in the LMS at the last day of the FTP. Okay, we were not giving a feedback form on each day of the sessions, and also there is no attendance sheet. Okay, so you just have to attend the sessions, and you just those people who have got the who have made the registration, the participation fee, you can get to access to the LMS.
So when you go to the LMS, if you have any doubts, there are forum for posting your doubts. We will be also visiting that LMS at times, and also the other participants also will be visiting. So they will be commenting on that, so that there will be rich discussions which can happen and which can trigger our experiences and collaborate and learn more.
The discussion regarding the question paper.ai, that will be discussed later in the sessions. Okay, so we will come to that after you have the ChatGPT sessions. Okay, so we will take your questions there on regarding the question paper.ai.
Okay, there are a lot of task assignments, quizzes there. You will really enjoy it when you go to the LMS. There is Padlet is there for posting. You can observe the Padlet where the previous participants of the different from different area have entered there. So you can enrich your experiences and knowledge there. So if there is, I think I would have stopped it at 9. Sorry that I made you sit some extra time because we started little late. Anyhow, don't worry. Tomorrow I will. Tomorrow also I'll be there with you. I will be taking
right.
you through the outcome-based education. So I will try to compensate it tomorrow and leave you free a little earlier. Okay. So it's my promise.
Those
Okay.
people who have made the payment for the LMS and who do not have access to the LMS, make sure that you have send the payment proof to the WhatsApp number that is mentioned in that email. Okay. Otherwise, if you have made the payment, you will not get the LMS access. Okay. Make sure you made the you give the payment proof to that WhatsApp number. All right. So we will move on to the last session for today. That is the word of thanks. The word of thanks will be delivered by Amruta N, who's the Assistant Professor, Head of the Department, Computer Science, St. Albert's College, Autonomous. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please proceed.
Esteemed guests, professors, and participants, good evening all. As we come to the end of this fruitful session, it gives me a great pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Department of Computer Science, St. Albert's College, Autonomous. It has been a honor and a privilege to be a part of this event, and we are grateful for the opportunity to host it in association with Kerala State Higher Education Council. First and foremost, I would like to express sincere gratitude to our resource person, Dr. Sunil Job K.A., Adjunct Faculty, Naran College, Kutikanam, Autonomous, who engaged us with all the aspects of knowledge through the FDP program. All the participants will be enriched some knowledge which you shared through this program. Sir, your presentation has been highly informative and thought-provoking, shedding light on the significance of outcome-based education in shaping the future of higher educational institution and the overall learning experience. Let's continue to apply these insights in our education endeavors. Thank you, sir. A special note of thanks goes to our participants. Your active participation, engaging questions, and eagerness to learn have made this FDP a vibrant and enriching one. Once again, thank you all for being a part of this online FDP program. We look forward to your continued participation in the upcoming days too. Thank you.
So thank you, ma'am. Thank you all for that is sitting such a long time with me, and we'll be meeting tomorrow with the introduction to you. Thank you, and
Yes.
have a good night.
Thank you for the word of thanks. Just to note one more thing, all your communications regarding the LMS and the certificates or any of the communications will be sent to you through email only. Okay. There was WhatsApp group being posted in the chat. Please, that is not to be joined. We don't have any WhatsApp group for this. There is a broadcasting group for this, and that the communication will come through. You don't have to join any WhatsApp group for this. All right. The feedback form and the certificate will be on the last day of the FDP. It is there in the it will be there in the LMS. Okay. The certificate will be later in maybe by the week after. The feedback form will be there in the LMS at the last day. We will not have the feedback form sent to your email. Please note that. Yes, I think we have taken all the questions. Please note, everybody, we will have the session tomorrow also at 7 p.m. Please join in on time so that we can start on time and have the fruitful session on the tomorrow's topic. The assessments will be there in the LMS. Please access the LMS for it. So with each passage of day, you will get the access to those days' task and assignment. Okay, so you will get those details in the LMS. Feedback form, as I told you, will be there in the LMS. It will not be sent to you in your email or on WhatsApp. it will be there in the LMS. If you have paid for the LMS, you will get access to the LMS and you will have the feedback for the feedback form on the last day of the LMS. Okay, those people who are asking for the access to LMS, you need to do this. You need to make the payment to this account number, which is being posted here. And then you will get access to the LMS. Passing criteria, you need to, if it's an MCQ, you need to get 70% for it. It will be mentioned there, what are the passing criteria for the MCQ. There won't be hard copy of the certificate. There will be only e-certificate. Please forward the payment proof to the WhatsApp number that is posted in the chat. If you have made the payment for the LMS, please send the payment proof to the WhatsApp number that is mentioned there. That's 90205 92530. When you access the LMS, you will see the assignments there in the LMS. Okay, so for each day, there will be, if there is an assignment, it will be accessible to you the next day. So today's assignment will be accessible to you later in the night, and you can do it tomorrow. The WhatsApp number for the payment proof is 90205 92530. It's mentioned there in the chat as well. You will get the LMS access till the 19th of November. So please have the assignments completed before that. (90205 92530). That's a WhatsApp number. All right, everybody. I think we will wind up for today. We will see you all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Please join in for tomorrow's session. We will have Dr. Sunil Job's session again with another topic.